Now this is Mercedes-Benz first plug-in hybrid, but it's not their first hybrid. It's not even their first S-Class hybrid. They used to have this unloved beast called the S400. That was a mild hybrid without the plug-in part, and it did mild things for the MPG, like 4 better in the city, not bad, and 0 better on the highway, so nobody cared. It died in 2013. This is a much more serious animal with a much bigger battery and the ability to be plugged in as well as generate on the fly. Now back here, of course, is where the big battery lives, the additional traction battery for the powertrain. This is clearly taking up some space back here, although it's by no means killing the trunk. This is an 8.7 kilowatt-hour capacity battery. To put that in context, compare it to a Nissan Leaf, which is electric only, that has a 24 kilowatt-hour battery. A Tesla Model S has either a 70 or 85 kilowatt-hour battery. So this is a more modest helper since this car isn't only an EV. You charge it right there in what I believe is the only charging port I've run into yet that is integrated back here on the bumper. Some folks have expressed concern that that's a very frequently hit part of a car, and how often will that be disabled by bumps and dings in parking lots? Don't know. It's a 2-hour charge from flat on a 240-volt circuit, which you'd certainly want to have at your home. Now inside the S550 Hybrid is a lot of familiar territory. Very plush, very comfortable, and this wonderland of dual giant LCD widescreens. I'm not going to recover all this cabin technology. For that, head over to CNET and just search S550 and you'll find our detailed review of the debut of this in gas engine form. We take all this apart. Here's what I want you to notice though, 2 new controls on the console. This one here has a little battery icon above the car. As you cycle through that, you get 4 different modes right there on the instrument panel. Hybrid's going to be your most common mode. It's your well understood blend of gas and electric power. E-mode is electric power only, silent running, and the accelerator pedal will actually push back if you're goosing it too hard to optimize battery drain. E-save defends the battery state by using the electric motor the least and recharging it the most. And charge goes the furthest. It prioritizes charging the battery above all and doesn't use electric motor at all. Honestly, there's a lot of inside baseball here. I bet you'll just leave it in hybrid mode. And this button right here has an E+ mode. It's a separate layer, separate from those 4. It gets a little complex here. That one, among other things, is going to set up camera and radar to look ahead. And if you're closing on a vehicle in traffic where you're going to have to trounce the brakes and waste inertia, it's going to prompt you to do so more gently and earlier, conserving momentum. Now, unlike what you expect from an S-Class, there's not some big brawny engine in here. It's fairly small. It's a 3-liter gas engine V6, still a V. You've got your bright orange electrical current cables down here, and that means you're attached to, of course, the electric motor, which is embedded in the transmission on this vehicle, inside the works of the 7-speed automatic. So it's highly integral for both adding oomph as well as doing regeneration of power going back to the battery. Some of the numbers compared to your base V8 S550. 329 horse on this guy, plus another 114 from the E-motor give you an odd 436 total. The gas engine car has 449, so that's 13 better. Torque here is 479 pound-feet, 516 on the gas V8, so we're losing 37. Both have the same 7-speed automatic architecture, although the gas engine car can be had all-wheel drive. This hybrid goes to 60 in 5.2 seconds. The gas engine car is a little quicker at 4.8. And of course, that big battery, charging apparatus, and electric motor add weight. The MPG is notably improved. We're 2430 in the hybrid, just 1726 without it. And of course, where there is no comparison is electric range. This car can go 20 miles on electric power only in the right conditions, and up to 80 miles per hour on pure electric. This is a key part of the strategy that helps this car work on the credits that Mercedes needs in zero emissions marketplaces like California and other very stringent states. All right, now underway, you know that an S-Class is a big buttery thing. This one's bigger and butterier. It has this incredibly modulated ride, of course, owing to that 450 pounds of battery in the back. Unfortunately, the throttle response is real lumpy. Sometimes you've got a bunch of power, sometimes you have a good amount, but it's not the same kind. Deceleration is coming in and out because you've got all these different drive modes of electric, gas and electric, and different kinds of regen. It's just not linear, and if you trounce the pedal and really get onto a freeway on-ramp or something, absolutely no problem. It's that around town stuff where it's a little bit, you know, in and out of different modes that's jarring, which doesn't make sense in a car like this. So I'm left wondering, who's really going to get excited about this car? Who out there is saying, finally, that's the S-Class I wanted. It saves some gas, it's measurable, but it's no Prius. So what are we left with? I think an S-Class that the world wasn't asking for, but California and other state regulators were. Okay, pricing on this S550 Hybrid is about $95,300 delivered. What is interesting is that that base price is the exact same as the gas engine V8 twin turbo. There is no hybrid penalty on this car. That's pretty notable. Other things to bear in mind is these kind of luxury cars, and particularly the S-Class, have dramatic 5-year depreciation. I think that'll be compounded by the fact that you've got a hybrid here, which is probably going to be much better in 5 years, and this will be the antiquated technology. That's not going to do you any favors either. Also know that this is only available rear-wheel drive. If you want all-wheel drive, you got to get a gas engine only.